So for this ritual, I felt really called to stripping everything bare. I'm not going to use candle magic today. I'm not going to have any tools except the tarot cards. We're going to have these honeys. But aside from that, I really wanted to get the point across that you are the magic. You are the tool. Your authenticity is the power. We don't need all the other stuff. The other stuff is for beauty and enhancement and fun and focus and inspiration. But everything actually is because of you and your authentic self. This is all you ever need for ritual or anything you ever need to make a transformation in your life. So we're going to honor that today. We're going to focus on what authenticity is and how to find it in ourselves. And then we're going to commit to it for that beautiful 30-day portal and beyond. So I don't even want to get into all the astrology of Aquarius. I'm just going to say that the Aquarius in tarot is the star. And we've been working with this metaphor of the director and the star, how you're the director of your life and you're the star who's living your life. And as women who are so into spiritual growth and personal development and, you know, showing up for events like this, we put a lot of emphasis on the director. You know, we want to be the observer. We want to be the person who is stepping back and analyzing and writing the script and directing the actions. We want to be in this. But we forget sometimes that we are the star. We are the ones that get to play this out on the screen. We're the ones that get to live this life and have this life and experience this life. So it's time to put the emphasis back on the star. It's time to put emphasis back on ourselves and not so much the director stuff. It's like, let's play in the star energy. So the way you can really enjoy being the star of your life is to be authentic. When you're not authentic, you end up creating a life and creating situations that you're not actually in alignment with. And let's think about that word alignment. Let's think about our physical body. Your bones are in a very certain alignment with each other. So you can move your elbow and it doesn't hurt. So you can move your knees and they don't hurt. Your head is stacked over your shoulders, which is stacked over your hips, which is stacked over the soles of your feet. When your body is not in alignment, there's discomfort, there's pain, there's injury. It's hard to live in a body that over time isn't in alignment with itself. So think about your spirit, think about your heart, think about the decisions you're making. If those are out of alignment, you're going to feel discomfort, pain, and over time have injuries, spiritual wounds. You're going to wake up and be like, I can't move through this life. What has happened here? Authenticity is a word that's thrown around a lot. If you're somebody that looks at spiritual content or is in those kind of spaces, it's always like, be authentic, be your authentic self. And for the longest time, I didn't even know what that word meant. I was like, what are you talking about? Being authentic is being real. Being authentic is being genuine. You are already authentic. Just like most people, when they're born, their skeleton is in alignment. You were born into your energetic alignment. You are your authentic self. The only reason it gets so hard to be authentic, or it gets so confusing, or we get out of alignment, is because of every moment of every day. We're living through life, and life just starts to pile things on top of you. You start to hear different opinions. You start to learn new things. You have experiences, and those start to shape you. And it's kind of like, and this is not a bad thing. It's like when you have furniture in your house, there's going to be dust that settles on the furniture. The furniture is still furniture. That dresser back there is still a dresser, even if there's dust on it. But you have to periodically wipe the dust off. You have to periodically cleanse and check in and be like, hey, is this my truth? Authenticity is what's true for you. It's what's real for you. So when you're constantly checking in with yourself and being like, what is my truth? That's how you activate your authentic self. It's that simple, and it's also not that simple. Because there's some stuff we don't really even realize is dust. There's stuff that we learned when we were a kid that we like have no idea that that's a mark that wasn't really us, that was left. So this journey is constantly happening, and there you find new levels of it, and you peel back new layers of who you are and what's authentic. And you just continually meet yourself over and over again and find your truth over and over again. And that's the blessing of being the star. Notice how she's pouring stuff out. In other renditions of this card, she's also receiving. So it's a continual receiving and letting go, receiving and letting go. Feeling out, is this my truth? Is this the new expression of me? Is this my authentic expression? You're always authentic when you're living in your truth. And to live in your truth, you have to cleanse yourself and check in with yourself and meet yourself. So we are going to go into a guided visualization now. We're going to meet our authentic selves. So wherever you are, feel free to move around as well. You can sit back in your chair, you can lie back on the ground, but get yourself into a comfortable position. If you want to put an eye mask on as well, you can. So wherever you are, close your eyes gently and take a deep cleansing breath in, and then release it whenever you're ready. Feel yourself soften into whatever surface is supporting you. Feel where your body is making contact with anything physical. Take a deep breath in through your nose and notice what the temperature of the air is. And let it out your mouth. Noticing what sounds your breath might make. You are in this dedicated time and space right now. There's nothing else that needs your attention at this moment. You are fully safe. You are fully held. You are fully supported. Let yourself soften into the support of where you are. Let your body release anything from the day. If there's any thoughts floating around in your head, just tell them that you'll come back to them and they can rest over in the corner. Let your body breathe itself naturally. Tuning into what it's like not to do any effort, Notice that your body has an intelligence and that it's breathing for you. Maybe you notice the sounds of the room, or more thoughts coming up. Just make a mental note and then come back to feeling your body breathe itself. Come back to my words. Soften into the support that's beneath you. Now I'm going to count down from 10. And each time I want you to imagine and feel that you're rising up on a platform. You can synchronize your breathing with this countdown. You can breathe slower. We're going to rise up together into the astral plane, into the palace of the priestess, rising in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, rising in 4, 3, we're so close, 2, and 1. Notice how any energy might have changed in or around you. Keeping your real eyes closed, open your mind's eye and look around. See that you have arrived in Palace of the Priestess in our lounge meeting room, and the other goddesses surround you on the comfy cushions. We're all here together. Look around and make eye contact at the priestesses, acknowledging that you see their divinity and that they see yours. Knowing that you are safe and supported, and that you can always come here and find the women that believe in you. A giant door opens to your left. You rise up and you walk towards it. As you stand in the doorway, you see the beautiful rainforest oasis that surrounds the palace. You've walked around this jungle before, and every time you see it, it feels safe and sweet. When you're ready, take a step onto the earth. As your feet touch the ground, you feel all of the fabulous sensations of the damp ground, warm, grounding beneath your feet. You feel the air, it's the perfect temperature. It smells like all of your favorite smells. You take a few more steps forward into the nature, and you can hear the wildlife around you. Notice what animals are appearing the most to you or standing out. You start to step into the jungle. There is no path, but you feel confident with each step that you're moving somewhere very important, and you trust this. You start to feel this buzzing inside. You start to hear your intuition say, you're going to meet your authentic self in the jungle. You're going to meet your authentic self in the jungle. You are going to meet your authentic self in the jungle. You start to walk faster, trusting the direction that your legs are going, feeling this excitement build that you're about to meet the authentic version of you that you've been longing to meet. You're so curious what she's going to look like. You're so curious what message she's going to have. You start to pick up your pace, moving through the jungle. You almost start to hear the sounds of drums, and it feels in alignment with the rhythm of your heart as you pick up your pace even more. Suddenly, there's a moment where you feel like it's time to stop. You stop and you look around, and there's no one there. The earth almost feels like it's starting to pulse underneath you, and you look down at your feet. You start to get this feeling that it's time to dig. Your hands scoop up clumps of the soil, moving them away, and you dig. Take a deep breath in and out. You can smell the earth as you keep moving the soil away, as you can continue to dig. Again, you're wondering, who am I going to dig up? Who is buried? Where is she? What is she going to look like? What is she going to tell me? And you dig some more. You're not entirely sure what you expect. Maybe a person or a letter or something, and you keep digging, just knowing that you're going to find it. Take a deep breath in and release out the mouth slowly. And that's when you feel it. You feel something in your hand. You unearth it. You have found a mirror in the dirt. You wipe away all the dirt that's on the glass. And you see yourself looking back at you in the reflection. Notice what your initial thoughts or reactions are. You went searching for this person, this woman. You went searching for your authentic self, and you found a mirror, and you just see yourself reflected back. You see that you are your authentic self. You are the one doing the digging, the breathing, the searching, the being, the struggling, the thinking, the succeeding, the hoping. You see everything in the mirror. You see everything that you've been through. You see where you are now. You see yourself. And you see that you, just like the mirror, are now covered in all this dirt. So you take this precious mirror and you start to head back towards the palace where the big cleansing waterfall is. You approach the waters of the waterfall, the sparkling, beautiful water that is so clear you can see right through it. You hear the majestic waterfall. You see all the beautiful animals around you. They're all excited for you. You dip your mirror in these cleansing waters, purifying its reflection so you can see yourself even clearer. And then you wash off yourself. You wash off all of the dirt that has gotten on you. Washing away every layer, cleaning out every crevice, feeling the refreshing water pouring over you, cleansing you. You gaze back into the mirror, seeing yourself clearly, wondering if it could really be that simple, that you have always been the most authentic version of yourself, and all you have to do is keep things clean enough so you can see it. As you look at yourself in this mirror, you notice that there's one small smudge that didn't quite get cleaned off. You start to rub it with the edge of your thumb, and as you do, you hear footsteps approaching. You turn around and come face to face with yourself. The self that's looking at you is the version of you who has been wounded, has been misdirected, has been unaligned, who has been betrayed, who has been hurt. It's the version of you that turns into the voice in your head that says you're not enough, that you need to be better, that you need to try harder. It's the version of you that pressures yourself. It's the version of you that throws dirt on the mirror. It's the version of you that was created from your experiences. The version of you that has been repressed, cast away, and forgotten. It's the version of you that is the self-critic, the punisher, the sabotager. You look deep into her eyes, and she says, I'm the one that has a message for you. She says, the message I want to give you is that I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you for being so strong, and I love you. She says that she didn't mean to have such a harsh voice. She didn't mean to throw dirt on you. She was just trying to protect you and to understand what had happened to her. She didn't know any better, and she didn't mean to abuse you in the process. This version of you wants to take away the pain and the dirt that she's placed on you. She says you can conjure it up all now and visualize yourself handing it to her. Take a couple big inhales and sigh them out. She takes her finger and she rubs off the smudge that's on your mirror. And again, she says, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And then she walks away. You take your mirror. You take another look at yourself, your true, authentic, loving, confident, faithful self. And you head back to Palace of the Priestess. You walk back into the room, back into the lounge room with all of the goddesses, smiling inside because you can see they have their mirrors too. And now we're going to come back to Earth, back to this moment, back to our Zoom, back to this ritual. I'm going to count from 10 to 1 each time you feel yourself grounding back into this reality, carrying with you the wisdom of your trip. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, becoming more present, 4, 3, wiggling your toes and your fingers, 2, and 1. Slowly opening your eyes, arriving back here in the moment. So in today's ritual, we're not using any tools. We are only using ourselves because we are the ultimate tool. We are the magic. We are the vessel. We are the star. Think about the elements. Your body is earth. Your body is earth, and it is here to support you. Your willpower and your energy is fire, and it's here to transform you. Your tears, that's water, and it's here to cleanse you. Your breath is air. You are the magic. You get to use your breath, your tears, your energy, and your body to release and clear. So if you're feeling something from that meditation, if you've tapped into something, I want you to hold your hands over your heart, move your body. Let your body be the tool that moves this energy for you. Feel the heat of being alive. Let that help you alchemize and transform all of this. If you're crying, let yourself keep crying. Let those tears cleanse you. And keep breathing. You can put your hands on your belly, on your womb. This is where your fire is. Kindle this fire. There are 5 ways to keep yourself in your authentic self. 5 ways to be authentic. Speaking your truth. Making decisions that align with your values. Pursuing your passions. Listening to your inner voice, your intuition. And keeping your heart open and vulnerable. Those are the 5 ways we can stay in our authenticity. So we are going to do a reading now, asking Spirit for a tip on each of these 5 things so we can carry it forward in our lives. And if you'd like, you can pull these cards for yourself too to get your own personal message. So I just pulled one card for how to speak our truth. Now I am pulling a card for how to make decisions that align with our values. Now I'm pulling a card on how to pursue our passions. Now I'm pulling one on how to listen to that inner voice. 3 wanted to come out. And a card on how to keep our hearts open and vulnerable. Okay. So how to speak your truth. We have the 6 of Wands here. When you talk or think about yourself, ask yourself if the energy behind that statement feels celebratory or like it's tearing you down. Ask yourself if you're validating yourself. If what you're speaking feels like it's validating who you are, or if it's like it's tearing you down. Think about the version of you that you met in that meditation. The version of you that's going to criticize and not celebrate you, that's not your truth. Even when you need to give yourself a hard truth, you will feel celebratory in the fact that you could even admit that hard truth to yourself. So pay attention to the quality. Pay attention to the energy. Your truth will feel celebratory and validating. It won't make you feel like you're pulling yourself down. 2, making decisions that align with your values. How can we do that, Spirit? Spirit says 8 of Cups. Know that if you make a decision that has sorrow behind it, that requires you to let go of something, especially something that used to be important to you, realize it doesn't mean the decision is wrong. It just means that you're evolving and moving on. The other advice it wants to give you with this card is to continually work on your baggage, to continually let yourself cry and let things go from the past. So you don't have to keep making decisions from things that are no longer present or have spilled over. Number 3, how to pursue your passions. You just have to take that divine action. This is the Knight. It's a prince in this deck, but it's the Knight. The Knight acts immediately. So the second that you get the thought and the download, and that is part of your passion, act on it. Take action when the inspiration strikes. Take action when the epiphany calls to you, if it has to do with your passion. And in the moments where you don't have that clear guidance that says, okay, do this, okay, do that next, then you're going to tap into the medicine of the hawk. The hawk flies up to get a bird's eye perspective, and they look at the whole picture. So look at the whole picture of your life. Look at how your passions fit into it. Look at how that's actually such a top priority for you. And then come back down to earth and make that next action that needs to happen towards it. Even if other people don't understand what you're doing, sometimes the Knight looks like they're just doing some crazy stuff because they're not the queen or the king. Trust that you have seen that bigger picture and that you know it's your passion, so it fits and it works and it's what you're going to pursue. So number 4 to stay authentic is listening to your inner voice. So just for fun, the tarot gave us the High Priestess, the card of intuition. So that's a no-brainer there. But then they want to remind us of the, just a little more detail. And they're like, when you hear that intuition, be the boss of your intuition. Hear it and then do it. Hear it and then protect it. Hear it and then structure your life around what it says. Have conviction in the decisions that you're making because of that voice. Create boundaries because of what that voice says. Be the boss because of what that voice says. And then be aware of when that dirt tries to sprinkle on your mirror, or that version of you that wants to self-sabotage comes in. And recognize when you're hearing that voice instead of your power voice. You can even just start as an experiment listening and try and decipher which one is it. You can come back to that meditation we did and ask yourself, is it me or is it that other version of me? And that other version of us, we send her love. She was created because of circumstances. We don't have to fight her. We just have to be aware of her and give her love and not become her. And now the last one to be authentic is 5. Open your heart and be vulnerable. So how do we do that? The Star and the 9 of Pentacles. We do that by having faith and having hope. We do that by being part of our lives and being part of the world, and not just staying in this observing mode or staying in our comfort zone or like denying ourselves the experience of this physical world. We do it by having faith and then stepping forward, tapping into pleasure. Open your heart up by looking at your surroundings and admiring that you created it for yourself. Open your heart up with the foods that you love the most. Open your heart up with the animals and the spirit guides and the pets that you love so much. Fill your space with plants and flowers and decor. Dress yourself in a way that feels really good. All of these are in your control. And you can tap into all of these things so you're able to feel the faith and the divinity in you. And when you're able to feel faith and divinity, your heart will naturally soften and open up and be ready to be vulnerable. Because you've created this safe space for it to open up, and this is the outer landscape you've created, and this is the inner. And when you're in this vibe, your heart will stay open. When you're in this vibe, you'll be able to hear the voice and be the boss of that voice. You'll be able to take action on the next step, leave your baggage behind, and validate and celebrate what you're doing. All of that comes together to help you be the most authentic version of yourself. Because the most authentic version of yourself is the version of you that is just true and real and living the life. Just day by day, it's the you brushing your teeth. It's the you in this ritual. It's the you having the best moments of your life and the worst moments of your life. And it's you continually cleaning off the dirt of the mirror so you can see that. So our once in a blue moon is coming in 30 days. So to keep this portal open that has just been opened, I want you to pick one thing, either from the list or from your intuition, that you're going to really commit to for the next 30 days. And you're going to do it. So at the next full moon, you can celebrate it. So maybe that's committing to 30 days of speaking your truth, or 30 days of making decisions that only align with your values, or 30 days of pursuing your passions, or 30 days of listening to your inner voice and making that a top priority, or 30 days of just practicing having your heart open and being vulnerable. Or maybe there's something else that's intuitively coming to you. But I want you to choose this thing, write it down, and commit to it, and do it for the next 30 days, knowing that we're going to celebrate it at that next full moon. I also want you to start to casually make a list of all the things that are not you. All the things that are just, hell no, that's not me. Even if it's something you've taken on for a while. And at the next ritual, we're going to do an epic cord cutting with candles, the whole shebang. I will write instructions if you want to follow along. And that will be the part 2 to this ritual, where we will use tools, we will use our collective magic and power, and we will fully release you from everything that you've written on that list. And the new, authentic self that wants to be the pioneer of all this, she will have already had 30 days to shine and practice and be the star. So she will be very primed and ready to let go of all the other stuff that's not her, to cut it all off. I was going to do some cord cutting today, but we kind of did that when she wiped the smudge off your mirror. I felt that so powerfully. I hope you did too. So we are going to close our ritual now with 3 big breaths all together as a group. So place one hand on your heart, one hand on your womb. Remind yourself of your commitment, of your promise, of this moment. And we're going to inhale together as a group. 1, 2, 3. Holding at the top, feeling the expansion in your lungs. And exhaling slowly. 3, 2, 1. And another inhale. 1, 2, 3. One more sip. And exhaling slowly. 3, 2, 1. And then push out any extra air. And one more big deep breath. 1, 2, 3. Another sip. Holding. And let this one out as a sigh. Thank you so much for showing up today for me, the group, and yourself. You are the star. You are authentic. And I'm excited to see what you do for the next 30 days until our next full moon. If you want to share your experience or